So you guys, I'm like in the house and I hear all these birds. And I'm like, what is going on? We're supposed to get a cold snap in the night, and sometimes this happens. If it's not robins, then it's crows. The trees are just filled with whatever bird this is. If it was robins, I think they'd be on the ground. Huh. Oh my goodness. How funny is that? It's cool. But they were so loud, like they were over the TV loud. Way over the TV loud. But robins would be on the ground searching for worms and stuff. And we should be getting rain here soon. I brought my big camera out for that. We were supposed to get rain earlier today, and that didn't happen. And then I'm thinking today, this afternoon, we're supposed to get rain. Who knows? Anyhow, yeah, it's looking pretty ugly that way. Well, anyhow, I don't have too much to do today, but I am noticing a little yellowing on these artichoke babies, and I want to put them in these little individual cups here, and that'd be a good thing to do right now while it'll be a couple hours or so before Jack comes home. So I think that'll be a good thing to up pot these, give them their own space for their own roots. And I've been feeding them. This is Tavor artichoke. These seeds were sowed on October 18th. So they're just over a month old. They're really not that old. But they really like, you know, I had been starting mine. These are for a friend, but the ones I started for me were in July, and I double and triple sowed them. But I'm thinking this is something I should start sowing like in October instead, because they are so much happier germinating in slightly cooler weather. Not cold, not like 60, 70, but instead of, you know, the upper 70s at nights and 80s to 90s in the day, they didn't like that. But they look beautiful. They're really doing well. So let me get some dirt into my cups. We'll fill those real quick. So this is my leftover bag I had of Miracle Grow moisture control. I'm going to throw just a teeny tiny bit of extra blood meal in there. A little extra nitrogen. I was thinking of doing, you can see the bag there. I was thinking of actually doing some of the 666, and I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Probably overkill, right, on the nitrogen. I'm just gonna mix this up real good. All right. I'll just start filling the cups one by one. I don't know if you guys been noticing, in the garden tour video, I had a band-aid on my hand, and I've not made much of it with some of the other videos. You could kind of see I had sort of a pinkish purplish color on my hand, and now that it has bursted, if you can see that, what happened was I had an allergic reaction to a z-pak for my pneumonia. And that's crazy, right? I mean, I've taken z-paks before and never had this, but anyhow, I had an allergic reaction to my z-pak. And it came out with blisters on my hands all over. I was really concerned at first because I thought perhaps I had either come in contact with like plant sap, or maybe a spider bite or some sort of bite, bug bite. But anyhow, z-paks only last for about 5 days. So as soon as it was blistering. It looked just like a 3rd-degree sunburn. And as soon as the z-pak was done, the redness kind of stopped, but I had already made an appointment with the doctor, and then I found it in the side effects of the packaging stuff. So I was pretty certain that's what I had, but we went ahead and documented, and she's, you know, it's right there as a possibility to an allergy side effect to z-pak, but she said it is so rare. But they're starting to see it. This is the odd part, was that people who have taken z-paks and things like that during COVID, like I had COVID with the z-pak in 2022, they're starting to see people become allergic to the z-paks. So that's what she told me, and it'd be really strange if that's what ends up happening. I can try z-paks one more time, but if I start going into blisters, then I'm done. I'm officially allergic to it then. So I apologize. It looks ugly, doesn't it? But that is life. Now let's see. I'm not sure. This is actually pretty big. The root system is beautiful. Look at that nice little taproot on it. But look at this, you guys. Oh, that fits in its own cup. It doesn't even need dirt. Oh my gosh. Okay. What am I going to do? This is... Okay. Plan B. Plan B. Okay, I'm going to take some of this. Just fill half of the bottom and then put this on top, since this is one of my bigger ones. Here, let me see if I can put it where you guys can see it better. And I'm going to stuff those roots down the side, and then kind of also fill in this part around the side. I want to keep the crown of the artichoke. Hold on, what is this going on here? It's having, okay, that leaf was stuck there. These have a little crown, so I'm going to try to keep the crown on the higher side because I don't want crown rot. I don't know. I've never read that they're crown rot susceptible, but I am pretty certain that they are because I've seen it with my own eyes in the other front garden there. Okay, so here's another one halfway. We're going to do this again. Halfway up, I'm going to throw a little bit blood meal in there. Okay. I'm going to grab this next big one. Oh. Put it up top high. It's not too bad for a month-old plant. They're really doing great for young plants. All right, there we go. Aren't those beautiful? Really love this variety. It's the new improved version of the Imperial Star, and the seed came from Johnny's Seeds. Now let's see, these are littler guys. How about if I save those? Hold on just a second. Let's put these guys right in here like that, so they have plenty of room to grow. Let's see. So how they look at that beautiful taproot there. Yeah, these guys are ready to send some big roots down and become big boys. So okay, and essentially you start these in the fall, and if you're in Florida like me, you start these in the fall. I would think it's probably not too late, especially if you're in South Florida and Central Florida. It's not too late to get going with these, and you get them up about this, get them into the ground. Now I'm holding these until after Thanksgiving for a friend, and then they will go to their new home, they grow, they stay in the winter. You're supposed to get them cold exposure. And that looks pretty good. This one raw root does not want to go down. Go, go, go. And then they really start growing by spring, which is pretty cool. And then I want to say, I don't remember exactly, but about April-ish is when they started putting on their like super full growth. And then I had artichokes by April or May. And then and I put them in a shady area, a partial shade. They had a little morning sun. Overall, though, some shade, dappled light, especially by the afternoon. But the humidity, I think, is what kills them. They're just unable to survive the Florida summer in humidity. Now, they grow well in a 9A, B, maybe even 10A situation in California, but they are, I just think the humidity kills them here. Now, could you put them in a pot and do a container thing? Possibly. That might keep them alive. Those birds all, I think they flew off when I wasn't looking. They're going to bother somebody else. So if you had an ability to pull them into like a sunroom with air conditioning, you know, still have sun but no humidity, that might work. Let's see. I'm trying to pull these out. It seems to me like the roots don't spread outward as much as they go downward, which was my suspicion before I started transplanting. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that great? And then we should be getting rain, and that should water all these guys in. Yeah, it surprised me. This is only a month and 2 days old. Wow. Okay, hold on. This one's got a lot of root system in it. So it needs more space. These little yellowing leaves right here are the cotyledons. Those could even just be pinched off. That's what they do. They're going to come off anyhow, naturally. And I could just help the process along. These are gorgeous. Man. Okay. Well, y'all, I'm just going to do the rest of these, and then I'll be back. There's nothing different than what I've just showed you in the first 8 or 9 of them. I got to thinking maybe I'll re-show this part. Like here, that's not a cotyledon, that's actual real leaf. Needs to be separated. Okay, so I did bop these about every 1 inch apart when I did the original sowing. So I'm going to try my hardest to just get that out without disturbing this one's roots. Okay. And here we go. This has a lot of dirt. Some dirt in the bottom, not a lot. And then I'm just going to take some of this dirt from this container. Put it in here. I can amend it this way, or I can just use these other containers that have the blood meal in them. Wow, they look good. Good, good. I hope this is going to be a real successful transplanting or uppotting, and so that they won't have very much shock. I'm really grateful that we don't have a lot of strong sun right now. Probably not for the next 2 days. Oh, okay. So here we go. These are two big ones side by side. This is a little bit more difficult. I hear roots breaking. Okay. There we go. Looks good. You just have to play around with it. Oh, don't break. Don't fall. Don't break. Don't fall. Okay. And then just make sure they're really supported. The crowns do need support. Okay. Those are really pretty. Okay. Oh, that taproot's pretty long. Look at that. I almost didn't up pot them enough. They could stand to be even like a taller pot. All right, so overall we had 14 artichokes in the 2 trays. Okay, and then I don't know if you guys remember who these characters are, but these are the Nero de Toscana kale. So I am going to put in a couple. They need to up pot and grow. I gave away probably 40 of these. Right after I made that soil block video, I had lots of people coming for these little baby cows, which was great. That's exactly what they're there for. And so for the same family, I'm gonna put together some of these little baby cows. And they should respond real well, especially with that blood meal. I already got my kale in the ground. And to be quite honest with you, don't laugh, I don't remember doing it. They must have just been up here on the table, and I was throwing a whole bunch of things in that day. I think I put 150 plants in the south garden with all the special lettuce mix, and I think I just put some in there and I didn't even remember, but they sure have grown. So again, nothing special. I'm not worrying too much about the crown with these. I'm just literally picking them up. Somebody mentioned I could eat microgreens, these as microgreens, but which was probably good a week or two ago, but at this point their little stems are starting to feel woody. Some of these are getting thick, and I don't think that's the micro greens I want to eat. Here, I'll just plant up some more because you never know who's going to stop by the house. They always make good little gifts. Well, I did end up potting up a whole bunch more. Maybe I'll give some of those away. I did think of a couple people that didn't ask for any, but I bet they would take them in a heartbeat. So I think we'll give away some of those. All right, let me show you what I am gonna do, at least with this one container. I still got the other one. So, have you guessed yet? Have you guessed? There's my ninja girl. Did you see her jump up? Oh my goodness, she's crazy about jumping up. There you go. What do you think? I want to show you guys 2 new things that happened just since I put up the garden tour videos. Remember our carrot video? There we go. We're getting baby carrots everywhere. There's even a couple more just since I was out here earlier. It's definitely greenhouse going on in there. I'm going to keep it covered up because that's working. And I want to show you one other thing, and then I'll let you guys go. I kind of had the blahs yesterday morning and afternoon, and I ate lunch, and I was like, oh, I got my energy back. So boom, I cleaned up this. I'll show you a picture of, you guys, I'll show up the before picture from the garden tour, and then I'll show you with it cleaned up. And now I have tarped it because I absolutely don't want any weeds to grow back between now and say like middle of February. This garden bed is gonna be used for my corn. I almost said carrots. Well, you guys, that's it for today's video. Not too much or too interesting, except for maybe some good information on the artichokes and the kale, and the good news that I finally got some of the north garden cleaned out, and it really wasn't too bad. It only took about an hour and a half. Oh, I was saying I was going to start the corn about February 1st into trays. Something right about that. I just want to get them good enough where they're popped out. Well, we get past the frost time is supposed to be ends on February 1st, but sometimes we've been known to have frost closer to February 15th in my part of East Central Florida. And so I'll just give them a couple weeks in the trays and then get them transplanted out and let them do their thing when corn is ready. So, and then hopefully we'll have a little spring corn. I haven't done corn at least a good 3 to 4 years. I kind of swore it off, but I don't know. I just want to try it again and see if I can't, with more knowledge under my belt, you know, figure it out and get it a little bit more homegrown ears of corn. So you guys, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.